5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
All right, all right, all right. Like Matthew McCunning is saying. Welcome, everyone. Here we are at the Global Empowerment Summit, and we have an amazing person here in the studio. It was just such a beautiful day with all the speakers. I have to say, every day is beautiful here at the Global Empowerment Summit. And if you don't believe me, then watch back all the replays of all the sessions that we had. I am at the 250th live session around that, and I have to say that it was just an amazing curve, and everyone was giving so much. So please join in the game that we have. Join in with the QR code in the top, and make sure that you're rewatching the sessions. You are collecting points, and you can win a creative leadership training that I'm preparing just for you, so that you can be ready for the changes coming. So we are here with Alaya, and Alaya is very close to my heart. I just happened to find her accidentally, but I will not let him go, because he's one of the people that I look up to. He's someone very young, very talented, and super clever, with a big overview of life, with much understanding about anything happening around us. So I would love you to follow him. And without further ado, let me introduce you, Alaya Moses. And Alaya, welcome from Nigeria. Mute.
All right. All right, so I'm muted now. Thank you so much, Miss Andre. I'm most grateful. Thank you for the opportunity to contribute value to the life of people, and of course, to look at for ways in which we can, lift up the spirit of people, lift up their vision, and in a way also connect them from where they are now into the future. And that's so great. That's so great. Thanks so much. I'm really grateful for being here, and I'm super pumped up to give value to everybody watching right now.
So let's get to know you better, because we know that you're super good in business. We know a lot of about your professional life, but who you are in person. What do you do in your free time? Do you have a family? Tell
Okay.
us a little bit about yourself.
Okay, so well, my name is Elijah Moses. Okay, I'm actually one person who is driven by value. Of course, as Miss Andrew rightly mentioned, I love business. I love studying structures. I like understanding strategy, and you could say I'm more like your like the bridge connecting you from where you are now into the future. So now that's for the business aspect. Now, personally, I am a very jovial person. Okay, well, I thrive on joy. I'm always happy, and I look at for ways in which I can sustain that creative flow of inspiration, because most persons actually live in a sad world, and a whole lot of things are happening to people around them. I believe that one way or the other, we can be the change we want to see in the world. You sustain your joy, put a smile on your face. You can never meet me on the road walking and I'm all sad. When I see people whose face are all frowning, like, I'm like, hey, relax. Okay. I tell them, hey, relax, be happy. You are alive. You got eyes, you got hands. I mean, you can speak, you can look at me. I am so happy seeing other people being alive. So I'm just one jovial person over there on that is a personal aspect. Okay. And I love anything that has to do with mental games. Okay. I love chess. I love chess a lot. So if maybe possibly you want to play an online chess game, I'm your short buddy over here. Okay. So anything that is mental, anything that can help me become better and also to improve my reach to the world at large, I am here and I'm always ready to help you to achieve your goal, to achieve your aim, and to make impact in your world.
Thank you very much. Such a beautiful and encouraging message as always. You are also a very good speaker. But let's just take away a little bit of the praise and let's get to business, right? So we
All
have to
right.
talk also about your topic,
Uh,
which is here for today. We have around 20 minutes to go around this topic, which is how to strategically fundraise for any business. Today, businesses are struggling of finding capital, about just starting their business, about finding manpower and financing manpower. So fundraising is some of the thing that we can do and to run our ideas at that specific startup competitions or just run the idea and get some investment. So how can we
yeah.
raise funds, and maybe we can even start with the fact what is exactly fundraising, and how can we help our business with the help of this tool.
All right. This is a very important question. I mean, because when purpose is not known, abuse is inevitable. And before I proceed towards explaining what fundraising is, I'll have to explain what fundraising is not. Okay. So first and first, fundraising is not a Ponzi scheme. Okay. You're not trying to gather all money together to distribute later. No, no, no. Fundraising is not a kind of business per se in court. You're not trying to just pull money out of people and then give them value. People are trusting you with their money that you're going to achieve the defined aim in which you plan on doing. And thirdly, fundraising is not illegal. All right. So it's legal because the people can see what you're doing and they want to sponsor the social cause you're trying to accomplish. Now, let's move into the definition of fundraising. So, what's fundraising basically? There's several ideologies, several perspectives towards what fundraising is. You can just say fundraising actually is the way for you to capitalize on the society, or better stay on the positive dividends of people towards you in order to achieve your social cause. What does that mean? It just means that you are able to extend your hand and someone out there is able to extend their hands back to you and say, together, let's achieve great things. Let's do big things. They're saying, I believe in your future. I believe in your ideas. I believe in your business. I believe in your organization. And because of who you are as a person, I will invest my time, my resources, my energy to ensuring that what you do turns out successful. So that is fundraising. Hands joining hands together. Okay. Now it can be on the business level or it can be on the neutral level, depending on what your overall objective is all about.
That's a beautiful summary. So we know already what is fundraising. We have the
Yeah.
narrative very straight, and we know what is not fundraising, which is the most important point. And then
Yeah.
let's get to the business, like the tools and the steps. What
Okay.
can people do first when they start and thinking about fundraising, and then what's next after that, and how can they finally get the funds that they need to run their businesses?
Very, very good. All right. So I think I'm going to lay down everything. I'm going to give you like all the value, right? So you just listen, and if you apply everything I'm going to say to you, you're definitely going to get results that attest to the fact that this knowledge is actually valuable. Okay. So firstly, having the proper overview of the idea. Okay. What do you want to do? So there have to be a well-defined narrative. Okay, so you need to have a well-defined narrative about what you want to do, because how can you have people giving you out of their resources when they don't know what you want to do? Listen, nobody wants to give you free money. All right, there's no such thing as free money anywhere, but there's such a thing as money to solve a common good. All right, so firstly, you need to have a narrative, a common narrative, an idea, an initiative. It has to be there. When I work with my clients, I tell them, hey, what's the big picture? Sometimes they don't have a big picture, and I have to like paint a big picture in their mind. Even though I'm not an artist to an extent, I do that. Okay, so you have to have the narrative. All right, so ideation is the first point. What do you want to do? Secondly, you need to be able to transcribe your ideas on papers. Okay, so there you might actually need more like uh I wouldn't necessarily say wording ability, but you need to be able to write. Okay, you need to be able to convert that idea you have in your head on written paper, which is very important. So convert the idea on paper, and writing the idea on paper is more like a business proposal, but this time it's more like a social proposal. Okay, what do you want to do with the money? Write down everything. Start first from the introduction of the idea, who you are, straight into the problem you're trying to solve, straight into the objective, straight into the budget. Yeah, your budget is very important. All right, straight into other necessary accreditation. You're not just coming out of the out of the blue saying I do X, Y, and Z, but people should know you for who you are. Credibility is important. All right. So once you have the idea, now you translate the idea on papers. Very good. Now the third thing you need to do is now to leverage on tools. Okay. Now there's a lot of tools out there. Often for memory, I know about close to about like 17 plus credible fundraising platforms, and they're all legit. All right. Now, let me also add this. Before you leverage on the tool, ensure that you have a workable account, that's financial account, because by the time people actually give you all the money together, there has to be a way in which the platform itself can transfer the money that is not generated over to you. Most people actually make the mistake of writing their proposal and having their proposal on the platform without having the necessary transactable account to receive the money. That will actually be painful because after generating so much amount of money, you can access it. It looks as though you just wasted your effort. So sometimes, most times, they will ask you to either have a PayPal account, have a Stripe account, have a Payoneer account, just have a workable account that is recognized within the platform. Okay. So now I'm explaining all the details. Now, lastly, once you have a workable account, you merge your account to the necessary platform you're working on. So basically, you can use GoFundMe, it works so well. You can use airfunding.net, it works so well. You can use givingway.com, it works so well. There are a lot of them and they're all legit and they work so fast. Okay, so once you have all these things in place and now you're working on the platform, the next important thing you need to do is extend your reach, become visible. Why? Those platforms you're working on will not project you out there until they've been able to see a little bit of traffic from your own end. What is traffic? Getting 1, 2, 3, 5, 10 persons to connect to your course. They want to see whether you have individuals within your inner circle that believe in your vision. All right. If the inner guy does not believe in your vision, the outer guy will not believe in it. So you get people to go over to your fundraising page. You always have a landing page, a free landing page. They go over there, to check it out. Once they have traction, once you have traffic going towards that page, then the platform itself broadcasts you to the larger audience. Now that is powerful. It means that once you're able to get broadcasted from where you are, that means more persons from different parts of the world can reach out to you and help you out achieve your aim. Most individuals miss it in this point. All right. And when they miss it on this point, it looks as though they just create the landing page and it's all there, you're not receiving anything. It looks as though you just wasted your effort and then you need down where you are. You praying to somebody somewhere, uncle, auntie. Okay, you don't want this to happen to you. All right. So then you reach out to people, let people know that you want to fundraise, let people know that you're taking a course that's worth fighting for. All right. If it's something worth fighting for, people will join your hands in hand together and you achieve massive results. And finally, share your story. Okay, share your story after you fundraise already. Share your story. Let me add this. This is like a pro tip. When you share your story and you talk about the platform itself, the platform sees you as an ambassador, and because of that, they give you a higher leverage to extend your reach far and wide. Even when you are yet to accomplish your main objective, become vocal about what you're doing, become vocal about the platform. And once that happens, you go far, you go wide, you achieve your aim.
Beautiful. I love the tips, and
Yeah.
it's kind of like a very nice step-by-step formula that you gave us right now. So if
Mhm.
you rewatch this video, guys, who is watching now or watching it on replay, please make notes because this is something very important. And I know
Yeah.
that you also created a book, and the book is out
Yeah.
actually about this
Yeah.
whole process, right? So
Yeah.
what is the title of the book one more time, and what was inspiring you to write the book? Where is the
All right.
idea
So,
coming from?
okay. All right. This is so nice. Now, the name of the book is titled Social Capitalization. Don't mind the big word. It just means how to strategically fundraise for any business without stress. Now, you might be wondering, um, by what authority do you have the right to write such kind of book? I'll tell you, okay? Over the course of last year, I work with quite NGOs and non-NGOs. I work with tech startup and a whole lot of them from my end over here in Africa. And over the course of last year, I actually worked with an organization called World Literacy Foundation, working with over 3,000 socialpreneurs. That's huge, that's big. All right. And we're able to achieve big things. We're able to raise quite a huge amount of money to establish some certain laws and policy within Lagos State, Nigeria. It worked out well. So now that's kind of like a backing authority from my end. So the book actually it's large. The book actually is seasoned. What's my inspiration? I know how you feel. I know how everybody feels when they have wonderful ideas and you lack funds to establish that idea. There's nothing as painful as when you have a baby as a woman or as a child, but having the baby but not being able to give birth. It's bad. It's painful. All right. Similarly, most people have ideas about their business, about something big, and it just remains idea. It dies within them, and you can feel the nightmare when you get around them. Okay, so I sat down and I thought of it wise. Okay, is there a way I can help people translate the ideas from being ideas into tangible form? So that was one of the driving initiative. And secondly, I asked myself, is there a way I can help businesses that are already established to expand and to go far beyond just saying, I have a business? You're not just a one-man business. Can I upscale your business? Can I extend your reach beyond where you are? These were the driving inspiration towards me writing the book. And it was kind of like, brain tasking. I was battling with ideas in my mind, because a lot of persons are in different countries, different time zones, different location, different policies. And I was asking myself, okay, how can this work in Europe? How can this work in Nigeria? How can this work in Mozambique? How can this work in Venezuela, Puerto Rico, all these awesome places? How can this same idea work out so well? So it was kind of like brain tasking, but the end result of it is that it turned out so well. And some persons actually bought the book and it turned out to work out so well for them. Let me give you a little addition also. It doesn't matter what amount you want to fundraise, whether you're going to crowdsourcing or you're going to fundraising. If you have an established business, you can go for crowdsourcing. If you have an NGO, you can go for fundraising. It doesn't matter what amount you're trying to generate, whether it's $1,000, whether it's $100,000, whether it's $1,000,000. People will give to you if you have a common cause, something worth fighting for. All right, so you don't need to worry. You can adopt it. You can read the book. The book has about 12 striking principles, strategies. It's so large. Maybe I might talk about one or two, but now let me just let me head over to Miss Andrea and get her feedback. But just
Let them
remain
read
calm.
it
So
first.
much. All right. Yeah. You can read it. I tell you, it's something you've not it's something nobody has read so far, because I read a lot, honestly, and I've read quite a whole lot of book around fundraising, and I can say that the book itself, it's more like a guide, more like a manual for you, whether you are starting afresh, you're established. Even though your grandma wants to do a fundraising for our 80th birthday, you can actually use the book as a manual guide to make big results. Okay, I think someone's asking a question.
Okay, my curious friend KK is
Okay,
here. So he's asking first the title. So please repeat the
okay.
title one more time.
All, all right. So the title of the book is Social Capitalization. Then there's a caption, a lower caption, how to strategically fundraise for any business without stress. All right. So the main title is Social Capitalization. The link will be made available a bit later today, and you can get it for yourself and extend your reach far and wide to your friends.
Perfect. And then he's asking about the Shark Tank.
Shark
Everyone
Tank.
is
All right,
watching it,
so
right?
yeah. Okay, Shark Tank is awesome. Now let me give you the overall ideology behind Shark Tank. It's more like okay, this might become a little bit I might use some terms. I will explain what it means. All right. Now there's a term called venture capitalism. All right. So when you talk about venture capitalism, what it's basically centered on is your ability for people to invest into your idea because they believe that that idea of yours have profitable outcome. So Shark Tank is actually similar to that. Okay, they give young individuals the opportunity um, to do amazing things. All right, to really do amazing things. They invest into your business, but on the long run, it's kind of like also reversed. You pay back. All right. Okay, I think give you some minutes.
Perfect,
All right.
perfect. So thank you
Yeah.
very much for describing it and giving some advice for Keke. So Keke, this is what was the advice from Elia. Um, so let me just check whether Elia can come back because of the internet.
Yep.
I
I'm here.
think he's here. Okay, let me just take out one of the devices. Okay, so he's still here, very curious. It is a mix of VC and integrated business coaching.
Business coaching. Exactly. Venture capitalism and integrated business coaching.
So Simfong is saying social capitalization. So that's how the book
Yeah.
starts, right? But we will put the link under the YouTube video, and then you can find it in the public comments, and then you will be able to check it and read it for yourself.
Yeah.
And it's really interesting what you say that you are. I mean, you are talking also about social capitalization, but at the end, you are also talking about. I remember you mentioning social entrepreneurs, NGOs, and
Yeah.
all the different associations and organizations who cannot really monetize. They cannot really collect so much money. So it's very much aligned with them, and it's helping them also to get some money and some capital, right? If they choose this fundraising strategy.
Yeah. Yeah. That's it actually. Um Now whether you are into social entrepreneurship or you're into any interrelated business field, okay, you can always leverage on the society or you can capitalize on society to make um, positive change. All right. So you could fundraise that idea. Maybe you have a friend of yours who, okay, I think,
Okay. Opa. So we lost Elia for a little while. Thank you, Simfong and KK, for being here. Let me see whether he can come back. I think he's here. Technology, it's far away near Nigeria from Malaysia. Hi,
all right.
Elia.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. It's back. Sorry for the little network lagging. Okay, so basically, whether you're into social entrepreneurship, whether you're into any tech related area, any business related area, NGO or non NGO, you can always leverage positively on social capital. Now, every business thrive within the free market enterprise. All right, that's like an equal right given to everybody to make means end. I'm sorry, to meet ends in their own most preferred manner or most preferred way. They're delivering a value in terms of product or service. But then what social capitalization help you to do, the overall initiative behind it is that you learn how to extend your hands and get other hands being extended to you to accomplish bigger targets. So possibly if you are in already established corporation, all right? I believe in entrepreneurship. Now there's entrepreneurship and there is intrapreneurship. If you're in already established corporation organization, all right, if it's a non-NGO, for example, okay, some ideas you might want to start up might be cash sensitive. And nobody likes to just try out all ideas because sometimes it can be disruptive. All right. So what you can do is that instead of you or instead of the organization funding the initiative, if they are afraid of the initiative itself, you can extend your reach and say, okay, um, society, anybody out there, you love this idea, come in, put in your cash in here, see something work out of it. So you fundraise that or you crowdsource that fund for that idea through a secondary link from individuals outside the corporate setting. And that will help your business. So whatever outcome the idea turns out to be, it will not negatively impact the business itself. That is the role of entrepreneurship within corporate setting. Now, if it's an idea of yours, maybe there's somebody listening to me right now in the most wonderful zones of Mozambique or Kenya or India or Nigeria, and you're wondering, I just have an idea there. What can I do? You can also positively extend your reach and tell people that, hey, I have a wonderful idea that can make life better for people. Explain the overall big initiative, paint the big picture. When you do that, people actually invest into the idea not because of the profitable return or because of the social impact it will make. Let me say that again. Not because of how much you will get back, but because of how many lives will be impacted as a result of that idea of yours. People will then will invest into your idea. They'll give you the money for free. All right. They're not getting back any amount or asking you to pay back anything. No, they fund your idea. It's called free giving. Okay. So it works out that way. Irrespective of whatever sector you are functioning in, I believe that social entrepreneurship is the it's more like the leading economic edge through which people can jumpstart big dreams, even though in little ways.
Beautifully said, beautifully said. So just spare you a little bit of bandwidth and your internet. Let's just wrap it up here. I think this was a beautiful conversation. We will add
Yeah,
your books link later into the description of this YouTube video and also on Facebook
yeah,
so that people can find it. But
yeah.
how can people reach you? How can people just talk to you and connect with you? Tell us a little bit about that before we finish
All
up.
right. All right. So, firstly, I love people. Okay, that means I love you who the viewers who are going to watch the video. If you're watching for the first time, I'm kind of like your biggest cheerleader from here. So if you want to connect with me now, both professionally though business wise, all right, you can actually reach out to me on Facebook at Elijah Moses, or you can reach out to me on my official landing page, Dove-X card.co. All right. But possibly I'll spell it out later and then you can connect with me. Wherever you are, out there to be of an added advantage to you. I also have a LinkedIn account, Elijah Moses, but Facebook and the other one, that's my landing page, that's super, super available. And feel free to share this awesome video to your friends. All the series of videos I've been talked about, share it, tell people about it, let them come and drink from the ocean of value. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah.
Thank you, Alaya. Love
You're
your
most welcome.
passion and have a beautiful day in
Thank
Nigeria.
you.
And thank you very
Yeah.
much for joining and taking the trouble and taking all these internet connections away. Thank you so much for
Yeah.
being here.
You're most welcome. Thank you.
Thank you. Have a beautiful
All
day.
right.
And the
And
audience,
you
please stay
too.
with me. Sorry?
All right. I said you too. Do have a beautiful day ahead.
Thank you. It's very
All
late
right.
night here, but we will meet everyone at the networking party. So if you can make
Yeah.
it, then we will see you at the networking party room. You will find the information on the website. Please join in,
Yeah.
and we will have fun.
Thank you so
Bye,
much. I'm
guys.
grateful. Do have
Thank you,
bye
Alaya.
bye. Thank you.
Bye. Thank
All
you.
right.
Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, my friend. We have another beautiful guest here in the studio, and this is Rachel Beck, my friend from the other side of the world. I'm so happy to greet you here. It's amazing to have you. I know that you're super busy, and I'm really, really appreciating your time that you allocated for us. So let's get to it, Rachel. Tell us a little bit about yourself. How have you been? How was your day? How is your morning?
Good morning. How are you? It's great to see you. I love
You
spending
too.
time with you. And anybody who's watching this needs to follow you like right now. I have to give you a standing ovation for everything that you have done with this summit. I know that this is no small feat for you, and the scheduling and the organizing and keeping up with everybody. So I am giving you a standing ovation because I know how huge this is. And I want people to acknowledge that because it is really hard what you're doing. So
Thank you. Thank you. So I have a big passion and I'm following it. So that's kind of like I want to make it happen. So the only thing that separates me from that is just doing it, right?
yes, and it's a lot of work. It's a tremendous amount of work, and I hope people realize that how much goes into doing an event like this. It's huge. It's absolutely
Thank you, Rachel. Thank you very much. But let's get starting your conversation and your interview because you are my guest now. So let's talk about Rachel Beck a little bit so that we warm up and we introduce you to the audience. So who is Rachel Beck? Where are you from? And maybe what's your favorite food?
pizza.
Ah,
My favorite food is actually is Italian and Mexican food are my favorite foods. Um, who am I? I'm still working on that and figuring that out. I'm always like evolving every day. My story is really complex. I was born in India. My mom died 2 days after giving birth. I'm looking for my biological father. I am very, very grateful because I was adopted by an incredible family. I grew up in the US, and everything I do that everybody sees every day is about hitting a goal that I have personally that I keep in my heart. It's deeply, deeply personal to me. I am proud to be an Indian Jewish woman, which is not very common. There are Indian Jews in this world. So I use my voice for many, many things. I am an author, I'm a social media influencer, I'm a public speaker. I've been doing that for 15 years and I'm still doing that. So all these are part of me, of what I do. My goal, honestly, Andrea, is to leave a footprint of positivity in this world. And my legacy deeply matters to me because I had 3 women who made a choice when it came to me: the mom who died, the woman who took me into her home while she was building the orphanage, and the woman who adopted me. So there's not a day that gets up that I don't stand on the shoulders of these 3 women who had a choice when it came to me. They could have said no and they didn't. So I also won't let my biological mother's death be in vain. I'm just not going to do that. So it's really, really important to me to get out there and be her legacy of taking this world forward. Like my shirt says, be a nice human being. It's not that hard. I'm trying to teach that every single day on this platform. Be a nice human being.
and I think this inspires you more, and everything what you said just right now, it made you stronger and makes you give more. I don't know how you do it, and I would really appreciate if the people who are listening to it live now or just later to search for Rachel Beck on LinkedIn and search out how she's communicating with the followers, with the people, how patient she is, how many love signs she sends out per day. So it's just like a testament of love, like coming through a platform which was originally not like this. So she just decided that this is a platform, so I will just use this platform for what I want, and I'm expressing myself as I want, and it works. So this is basically how you became because of your past. So your past enriched you, right? And that's how it comes through your communication.
Yeah, my story is really complex. It's really difficult. I battled a disease for 20 years. Hi, thank you so much. So the whole idea would, you and I want to have a discussion today on how to use social media like the proper way. It is absolutely possible to use social media in a positive way. Yes, we need nice human beings. We need to blanket this world with them. It is possible to use social media in a good way. And that's what I'm trying to teach people. I'm trying to teach them that they can use their platform in a positive way. I see people every day making huge mistakes on social media. So I do my tips for success. Like pretty much every week, I'll do a video about that. Like, hey, if you follow X, Y, and Z, you're going to succeed. Because in reality, it is my job as an influencer to teach the way, right? I have mentors who have opened up doors for me. I believe in paying it forward and saying, okay, this is how you can do it. And then I tell people, I gave you the ladder. You're climbing up that ladder now. Please pay it forward and send that ladder back down to other people. So I see people making mistakes every day. It's crucial to give back to your network, and that's something many people don't do. It's important to bring value to your network. It's important to educate them. I've been producing my show for a year and a half, and I did that. It was like the first day of lockdown, and I woke up and I said, oh my gosh, my network's going to freak out, right? I was worried about their physical well-being, their mental well-being. I was worried, like, would they still be motivated during the pandemic and the lockdown? So I came up with the show, started reaching out to people in my network, and they had to provide value. My network had to walk away learning something, because I worry about, are they still using, when everybody was immediately locked down, all their cognitive skills just because you're home? And I've worked from home for 15 years, so I know how to maneuver it. So you can do this. You can support other people. You can encourage other people. You can empower other people. You can celebrate other people's successes. It takes nothing away from you and me. You can be a woman who supports another woman. You know how huge you and I are about that. Like, women need to support other women. And really the key to it, if I'll be really honest with you, I don't do drama. I don't do gossiping. I don't even get pulled into it because I'm working on my dreams, and I want people in my network for their dreams to come true. So I think part of us being adults, I'm in my mid 40s, on my way to my 50s, it's a level of maturity, right? And that's something that you and I do every single day. And we're trying to teach people that. If you're a gentleman on this platform, you are going to stand out in a huge, huge way. I go around to my male friends who are gentlemen, and I'll even say, you're a true gentleman, and people need to connect with you. So it comes down to how people present themselves, your profile, your words, everything you write, everything you say is a digital imprint. And I've had HR people on the show who have straight out said, yeah, when I get their resume, I'll start looking at their social media feed. So I never put anything out there that would hurt my future. And yes, I work for myself, so I'm in a very different situation, but I still wouldn't say anything that would hurt the potential of something that I want to do in the future.
So many questions in my head, because it's something that that came to you, you started this, but still it's not about your business, because everyone is like doing it. And I see many people just putting LinkedIn around their business and around their strategy, funnel building, and then bringing the people in through this funnel, and then call to action, and then all right. But you are just giving. You don't see any single post about your business, even about your book, just like very shortly. So you cannot really find the connection here and the funnel that normally people use in marketing to drive the people to the channel. So why is it? How did it come to you, and how does it balance out with your business? Or you get your business somewhere else, or this is because this is the reason why you get business?
So I've been trying to explain to people. People ask me all the time, Andrea, like, is this worth it? They'll get frustrated and say, oh my gosh, I can't, I don't know if this is going to work. Or what happens is, as you grow your network, and I keep telling my network, keep working on that, and do that through engaging. That's, you and I know, is everything. Get out there and engage. Opportunities are going to come to you. That's what happens. You keep growing your following, and things are going to come to you. And no business is done on this platform without building that relationship. So I have years invested in, you know how long you and I have been friends. Like, I have years of building relationships with people on this platform. So what happens is, someone comes to me and says, should I hire so-and-so, or should I collaborate with this person? I'll go, yes, absolutely. This person's a complete professional. And that's what it comes down to. I've seen the most professional behavior, and I've seen the worst. I grew up in a very strong family when it comes to business. So I know how important it is to be a professional. So I think the mistakes that people make is they don't show up when they're given an opportunity. I've had a couple people do that, where I've given, because I'm personally reaching out for them to be on the show, where they didn't show up. It's like, if I didn't show up today, how unprofessional would that be? It's not right, because I was early. So like, you just don't do that to people, right? So if you're given an opportunity, show up, because one, you took an opportunity away from someone else who would have jumped all over it. It's about respecting people's time, and this is crucial. Many people, it's a huge pet peeve of the women LinkedIn, influencers, is that people are interrupting us all day long with like questions like, did you eat a banana, or this and that, and they wouldn't send it to the men. So it's crucial for people to hear this, to respect the women influencers, that we are working just as hard, and to let it not break our workflow. My network knows that I'm opening doors for them every single day. They have wonderful opportunities. People really truly don't want to get knocked out of a network that size, because they know the potential of it. The other thing is, people really truly need to not take people for granted. And that's a mistake that I see people making. Meaning that if somebody shows up on your post, you say thank you. You just, because I'm huge, I've been teaching my network. I went to etiquette school. Please, thank you. You're welcome. It's not that hard. So I go back to the posts that people say, thank you, Rach. Or I could feel that they appreciated that I showed up. So etiquette is huge on this platform. It's everything. I've been trying to teach people how to have proper etiquette, because in reality, I wouldn't work with somebody who didn't have etiquette. And I collaborate with a lot of people, that. And one of the reasons I do that is because of their etiquette. It's because they're professional.
I have one more question, because Kiki is asking about the platform, like whether you are on YouTube and all these, but we all know that your place, your home, and your family is LinkedIn. And the question is here, most probably a lot of people are asking, why did you choose LinkedIn, and why is this the platform for you that you love so much?
I've been on LinkedIn for a long time, and it's really about the friendships and what I built. It's like every day, like when you jump on my post, I'm like, good morning, sweetheart. How are you? It's that interaction, right? And like I said, it takes a long time to build those relationships. And I know, I know personally what kind of business deals get done on this platform, but it's the community. You and I know it's a community. It's a family. It is, we support each other. We stand by each other through the good times, the bad times. And it's about being real. So yeah, this has been my space. I love it. I love LinkedIn. I love that we can build other leaders, because that's part of my job as a leader, is I want to build other leaders. So I'll run around on the weekend, because I only post Monday through Friday, and I'll look and I'll go through my feed and I'll look for those people who are putting kind, positive messages into the world, and I'll start building them up. I'm looking for those people who are taking this world forward. I'm not looking for the people who are taking it backwards.
And to be honest with the process, like many people would like to become influencers, how long does it take? How much time you spend on the platform per day? What does it take to become an influencer? Because you have more than 260,000 followers today on LinkedIn, right? So it was a huge work, but let's just get to the numbers and the hours that you put into it.
Yeah, and let's talk about that, because this is such a common question I get, and I try to cover this in my tips for success. What you put into LinkedIn is what you get out of it, right? So if you're showing up 10 minutes a day, nothing's going to happen for you. And then people say, oh my gosh, I'm putting in 20 minutes a day. Well, it's not how it works. I work 16-hour days. I do take breaks during the day because I work from home, and I know how to do that, and it's important. And I'm not saying everybody has to work 16-hour days, but I will say this. We all get the same 24 hours, and it's how we use it. It takes getting up every day. It takes, being consistent. I try to tell people, if you really, really want this, you're going to do what's necessary. People are waiting for success. They're waiting for it to come to you. Do it. Do what is necessary. Nobody becomes an overnight success. Okay. It's years of hard work. It is years of building and building and building. And you will have the support. If you're a kind human being, you're going to get the support. But you're going to put in what you put into it is what you're going to get out of it. And people need to be patient. And people would text me or call me and say, Rachel, I'm really, really frustrated. I feel, and I'm like, stay with it. Just stay with this and keep going.
So on the other side, you also have your own business, right? So it's not just full-time influencing, not just full-time living from that, but you are also having your own business. So how can you manage the balance between the two? And how do you switch off sometimes? I hope you switch off sometimes.
So it's time management, right? That's how I do it. I am, I'm meticulous about my time and how I deal with it. So if I'm not, and that's why I ask people, please don't waste people's time. It's like every minute, every second of everything that we're doing during their day is crucial, whether it's meetings, whether it's doing, I'm filming. I film a lot during the day, whether it's showing up to support other people. So that's the thing I think people don't get, is how crucial time is. You can do it. You can absolutely do it. If you knew what I was doing behind the scenes, you wouldn't believe it. But you can do it. You absolutely can. And it's really just that for people to realize that they can do it, because we go through self-doubt. I've had people doubt me my entire life. That's the reality of it. And some still do. And that's okay, because you know what? I realize now at this point in my life, it's about them. You know what I mean? It's just about them, because I know what I'm going to achieve, or what I'm trying to achieve. And I want people to feel it too, to not let the doubters, the naysayers, any of them stand in their way. If I listened to those doubters, I wouldn't be here today.
And that's so strong, because we have so many people like commenting badly. On platforms, you get all these kind of comments, and what we were talking about earlier, that you have the not so nice beings who have
Yes.
maybe carrying something in their backpack which is too heavy to handle, and then it's coming out like this, because we all know that originally people are good humans, but something is there in the backpack that is really, really heavy. So how do you protect yourself from all these? How do you shut out those people? How do you make sure that they are not attacking others? I believe you are doing a lot of work on this.
I am. You know me so well. So first of all, I keep this big bubble around my network, a huge, huge bubble. Okay. And it's this kind, positive bubble. And I have kept my network in that for 2 years. So I use my heart as a guide. Okay. If someone comes new into my network and they elevate my heartbeat in a way that is not good for me, then the person needs to go. It's just the way it is. I'm like, I've been warning people about not adding more stress to people's lives right now, because people are holding on by a thread. I'll be honest with you. Between family members being sick, between things that they're going through, fear of job loss, they've already lost their jobs. So I keep a steel cage around myself. I know how to protect myself. The way I see it is, just as you and I are responsible for the words that we put out into this world, so are the people who come at us. So if someone writes something negative, and I could share many stories with you about that, you would not believe some of the messages I get. I don't interact with them. It's a block, delete, goodbye, because life is too short. There are consequences for people's actions. People are like, oh, don't you feel bad? And I'm like, no, I'm like, if you knew what that person just said to me privately, because nobody would do it publicly in the comment section, then no, I don't. I would never talk to people the way some people, the messages that have been sent to me. But that's on them. It's on them. We're all adults. We know how to use our words. We know how to write our words. So it's on them.
Simfung is here, and Simfung is someone who was almost attending every single session of the summit, and I am so thankful for him. He's from Australia, and I'm really appreciating him. And he's saying he's so happy finally talking about etiquette.
Etiquette is everything. Etiquette is everything. And like I said, I wouldn't work with somebody who didn't have it. I wouldn't recommend them. I wouldn't collaborate with them. It is everything. Here's a perfect example, right? Like, I'm going to recommend you to the world. Why? Because I've worked with you multiple times. We've done our dance videos. We've done our interview. I mean, we've just worked together a lot. And I would go, Andrea is a complete professional. Work with her. I mean, that's what it comes down to, right? But because I've had the experiences with you, and I know what an incredible professional you are, I'm going to endorse you and say, work with her, hire her. She's a complete professional. That's what it comes down to.
And this is sometimes missing, right? I believe people are so in this bubble of the world changing, of everything going around us, and also just like living our lives, right? Everyone is running. I experience it with my same family. It's really hard to talk to them with different time zones and manage all this. But the appreciation, the compliments, the good words, the just how are you today, just coming down off the platform and then sending a message somehow else, like you sometimes calling me, and it's like an unexpected surprise, right? But it feels so good, and people forget that these little things can change lives, right? Especially today.
And it's right now, people, Andrew, they need the support. I mean, they need the support. They need to know that they're not alone. You know, I use my voice for mental health. Mental health is it's something that I stand for. I will always stand for. And it's not that hard to say, how are you doing today? And not to just say it, but to take the time and listen to the person respond and say, you know what, Rach, today I'm not having a hard day. And that's why I get frustrated when people block my DM with nonsense because there are people reaching out and saying, Rach, I need a friend today, or I'm having a hard day, or this is what's going. Those are the conversations I'm looking for. So I'm asking people to be empathetic human beings, because that's everything right now. You will not be remembered in this time if you're not an empathetic human being. And that's what happens. And so I'm pleading for people to be empathetic.
And one more thing that I wanted to ask you, we have never talked about this, but basically this year's summit is about the young and the wise being pulled together. And there are so many differences between the different generations. And you must have a lot of different generations in this, a lot of different people who are following you. So what do you think, what are the biggest challenges that the different generations are going through, and what can we do all to support them, or how can we just change the narrative and say, no matter how old you are, we support you all? What's your take on this? What's your insight on this?
So this is a really interesting topic. So I'm 45 on my way up. I'm told I'm too young. I'm too old, right? I get those comments like, you're too young, you're too old. So I've been bringing people on my show who are in their 20s, like the millennials. And actually, I just filmed somebody who's 83 who's going to be on the show. And we're trying to teach people that every person has something to offer. One of the wisest things I have ever heard was from a 4-year-old. She's now like going on 12, but when she was 4, she said the wisest thing I've ever heard. It stopped people in their tracks. So yeah, I'm trying sport. All there should be no ageism. We can all learn from each other. It doesn't make a difference. Like I learn from if I have a quick tech question and I'm like, I'll text my friend who's 20. I'm like, how do I do X, Y, and Z? And they're like, Rach. Or if I sit down and I have the conversations with the people who are in their 60s and above, and I learn from them. I have 4 powerful personal mentors in my life that I'll just text and go, how do we do this? What's a good way to do this? So I learn from everybody. And I like senior fun. So there's so much that everybody has something to offer, and that's a mistake. They're like, oh, he's too young. I'm like, really? Because I'm like, he knows technology better than anybody I know, and he's in his 20s. So yeah.
Yeah, so everyone is at the end we are all humans, right? And at the end all comes down to that we are all humans and we are dealing with the same problems. No matter how big we think the problems are, at the end it's always the same similar problems that we are dealing with. And the main thing is just to be there for people and to support them and find out ways to help the people to get better, to help the people to feel better, right? And to collaborate more and appreciate each other more. But you are doing an amazing job in this field, and I just want to acknowledge you, because sometimes I feel that people who give, they get less acknowledgement because everyone is, as you said, take it as granted. So I really would like to tell this here right in the open while we are live, that thank you very much, Rachel, for all the work you do. And I believe this is something very special. So keep up the good work, and thank you very much with a big hug and a big heart. I'm wishing you.
Thank you, sweetheart. And I love you, and you know that I'm behind you 100%. And this is never going to change.
That's amazing. So what would you say to the audience there who are like struggling, stuck, cannot really move out from the situation at the end of this beautiful discussion? So what would be your message to the people out there?
Remember, we're a family and we're a community, and we have each other's backs, and that together. And when people understand, when they finally get it and they go, oh my gosh, this is a community, this is a family. And someone like, I get text, Rachel, I need somebody in this field, or I need a web person, or I need somebody to come on my webinar, I need a guest for my show. It is a community. It's to help. Right now is not the time in this history to hold your knowledge back from anybody. It doesn't help anybody. Everybody needs to share and get out there and say, oh, you know what? I know how to do X, Y, and Z. Yeah, and that's why I'm doing what I'm doing with the show, is to, these people are coming on and they're sharing their knowledge.
Love it. And at the end, I would love to ask you for the title of your book, because that's something that is something very nice, a beautiful story, and maybe people can get to know you better through that book if they search for it. So just share a little bit about your book.
My book is called Finding Your Way When Life Changes Your Plans. And a lot, I wrote it under a pen name, V. Lakshmi, which was my Indian name. And I did that to honor my biological parents. It was really, really important. And so people understand, part of the proceeds of the book are being donated back to the orphanage in India.
Beautiful, beautiful. I will put it in the comments, and then later when I will work on the YouTube videos and put everything in order after all these 6 weeks of being live.
Yeah, you are a powerhouse, and you have my love, you have my respect, and you always will.
I will do that. I will put it up, and then people can find it. And then please follow Rachel back. If you haven't gone to LinkedIn, please just go to LinkedIn just because of her, because her posts are worth it to be on this platform and be empowered by her every single day. And all the talks and the interviews that she's doing are honest and coming from the heart. So it's beautiful what she's doing. Thank you very much, Simfong and KK, for watching us. It's really nice to have you with us and all the comments.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you. We appreciate you, and we are grateful. Thank you.
We do that. And I would like to just close this conversation with, we have one more interview, which is a recorded interview that I did with Nabil Mahmoud. And he is the nomad futurist. That's how he's calling himself. So you will see that it's a recorded one, because he's always at airports. So it's impossible to get him on time. And straight after that, we will go to the Zoom room and we will have a networking party. It's a Halloween networking party. We will do some games. We will have some music, some dancing. So if you are free tonight, please go to the website of the globalempowermenthub.com and then just click on the sessions in the embedded calendar, and you will find the Zoom link to join into the Halloween party. And let's just get together, have some fun, relax, and spread love all over the place. Right, Rachel?
Yes. Spread love. Yes, let's do it, sister.
Thank you very much for being here. I wish you an amazing, amazing day. It's morning at your place. So have a beautiful day and a lot of love and hugs. And I hope wish to meet you very soon.
Yeah, oh my gosh. Can't wait. Have a beautiful day.
You too. Bye-bye, Rachel. Thank you for watching, guys.